cordially welcome you, greet you all. We have gathered here to open national gardens built in 9 cities, and totally 10 of them. And I hope that these national gardens, people's gardens, will be auspicious for our people. Istanbul, Bursa, Batman, Elazığ, Sivas, Trabzon, and Diyarbakır provinces. In those provinces, we have brought the people's gardens to service, and we are very much pleased to have had the chance to bring those people's gardens to service on the World Environment Day. We know that it is of great importance, and I wish a happy World Environment Day for everyone. 10 people's gardens will offer a lot to our people with the green areas and also the facilities, complexes built in them. These are sources of pride for us to take, if you will. And I would like to thank to the Ministry of Environment and Urbanization for their great contribution, and also everyone involved in the construction process and the projects of the people's gardens. When we are on the verge of marking the centenary of the foundation of our republic in 2023, we will be bringing 81 people's gardens located on an area of 81 million meters square. And we now have so far completed the construction process of 23 people's gardens, and others will of course be gradually opened for service for the other cities. And this very area we are in now also now will offer a work of art, so to speak, to our people. This people's garden is located in an area of more than 1.5 million square meters. And it will be indeed located on an area. It is located on an area which will be covering many facilities, including the Presidential Symphony Orchestra and the complexes, presidential complexes, and many other facilities. And this is now located in Ankara, and our citizens in other cities of the country will have the chance to benefit from all the opportunities, all the means offered by these gardens. And green areas, of course, are must-haves for our people's gardens, but also the museums, sports centers, cycling lanes, people's coffee houses, or car parks will be of other facilities to be constructed, to be built in our people's gardens, and we want to bring them all to the services of our people before long. Dear colleagues, the past of urbanization in the history of our republic, unfortunately, could not rapidly develop. The single-party autocracy did come up with made sabotage against all the improvement activities to be done, and the migration from the rural areas to the urban areas became more and more widely seen, and due to that reason we had many problems of infrastructure and a landscape which is not of pleasure-giving. And when we took office as the mayor of the metropolitan city of Istanbul, almost 3 out of 4 buildings constructed in Istanbul indeed were illegally constructed. And this was, of course, the same. It goes the same for Istanbul. and Ankara, and it is because that the state administrators did not lead the way to offer people the means and also the infrastructure and bring about services that would meet the needs of our citizens. The central government, as well as the regional and the district administrators, had to, of course, step in. And when we took office, we started working for the immediate needs of our people. And we made, of course, certain promises, but making promises for the city gardens or parks as of priority were not going to be to the point in the initial stage. Therefore, we started dwelling houses, mass community houses projects immediately when we took office, and this is why, because it was an immediate need when we came to power. And the public administrators, as well as the private enterprises, contributed tremendously, and together, if you will, converted the city, the whole city and the country into a construction site, which then brought about many new buildings and dwelling houses. And therefore, we could meet the needs of our people in terms of accommodation, and on the other hand, tackle the needs of infrastructure and shortcomings in the field of infrastructure, and started the city transformation, urban transformation, and gentrification processes. And we accelerated, of course, all those along the years, and also transformed many building stocks to render them resilient against possible earthquakes. And now we have an aim to indeed transform 6.5 million building stocks in the next 5 years and render them resistant against possible earthquakes to take place in our cities and our country. And this way we will also continue to build other projects, the gardens, city parks, and many others, and offer exemplary recreational areas for our people, because we now see that our people need more areas to rest, to take a breath, and to spend time and spend some leisure time. Therefore, we started transforming many areas. Many public buildings also have been converted into people's gardens, and hopefully, with God's will, we will have decorated all 81 provinces of this country with people's gardens by 2023, and we will continue to produce works of art which people envy for. Distinguished guests, the coronavirus pandemic, of course, did impact the whole world as well as our country, and it revealed one truth. It revealed the truth that certain internal and external instabilities and made Turkey lose a lot, and also the administrators in the past who lacked foresight did lead to that as well, and made the country to fall back rather than progressing. But in the past 18 years, from technology to social security, from health sector to the construction sector, we have addressed many needs and have managed to break this vicious circle. In other words, we ensured that Turkey has indeed stepped out of this pandemic period with the least harm coming to her way. And 83 million people of this country now say we are happy to be the citizens of this country, and thank God, and it is great that we are a part of this country and live in this country, and no one can deny this fact. As known, during the outbreak, we have brought many measures into practice, put many precautions, and also imposed curfews for weekends in particular. The last one was the last weekend, and then we were not planning to put this imposed lockdowns for the weekends back in use, but the number of the daily cases, which dropped to 700, went up to some thousand again, and therefore we reviewed the issue of lockdowns, weekend lockdowns, yet again, and addressed the issue in our agenda. And with the suggestions, advices of the Ministry of Health, and as well as the circular pertaining to the circular of the ministry, we were going to impose the lockdown for this very weekend as again. Yet some opinions shared, recommendations received by our people made us review that decision again. And our decision only aimed, of course, to protect the health of our people, and then it was understood that it would lead to some other consequences undesired, because our citizens have started re-regulating their lives only after 2.5 months, and it did not sit well with us to make our citizens face difficulties again in the face of this outbreak. And then we have decided to cancel the decision, terminate the decision for the weekend lockdown. But I kindly ask our citizens to be very careful and meticulous about wearing protective face masks and heeding to personal hygiene, and as well physical social distancing. If we do adhere to these rules, hopefully we will have less and less number of cases and then eradicate the disease overall. Otherwise, it will be inevitable for us all to see more and more cases coming our way. Therefore, we need to be embracing all the rules and comply with them, because we know in many countries now people are having tugs of war for masks, and we, on the other hand, did stand with our own 83 million people and also gave a helping hand to other countries of the world. And it is not enough to only have materials to be a great state. To be a great state, other than materials, you need compassion, you need love for human beings and respect. And during this pandemic period, thank God we have shown the whole world that we are a great state. And now we always will be standing with rational and science, and we are now entering into a new era when those values will triumph. And we will be caring a lot for the humanitarian values in our country, and as well as our strong infrastructure. Now we have a much more brighter future ahead of us, and have further confidence for our future days to come. And for this reason we have inaugurated many hospitals. One hospital was the Pine and Cherry Blossom Hospital, and then we inaugurated Feriha Öz Emergency Case Hospital. Another hospital is Professor Dilmenar Hospital, with a capacity of 1,008 beds, and these hospitals were only built in 45 days. Another one is a hospital with a capacity of 100 beds. It was, back in time, built by Sultan Abdülhamid II for the soldiers, of the time, and we renovated the hospital in about 45 days, and indeed gave Professor Kurtulmuş's name to it. He was named after. The hospital was named after him, and then we inaugurated this hospital too. But please be careful, these were not field hospitals. These are hospitals to stay, some permanent hospitals to remain in service. And these also symbolize our goals for 2023, of course. Now we are on our path towards 2023 goals, our 2023 goals, and we are more determined and more assertive to achieve those goals. And for 2053 and as well 2071 goals of our country, we will be doing our best, exert all the efforts, and I can see that the result will be of success soon. Therefore, we will be raising the bar of success higher and higher and continue to produce works for our country. During the pandemic, we have brought state-of-art and fully equipped, full-fledged hospitals to service. And on the other hand, we inaugurated Ilısu Water Dam, a giant project. And Ulusu Dam was named after another project, another important figure who used to be the general manager of the waterworks of Istanbul, and who used to be the minister of forestry. Veysel Eroğlu, and his name has been given to the Ulusu Dam. And tomorrow we will be participating through video conference to the construction of another water dam and the concrete pouring ceremony of it. And we will in the future, of course, participate to many other big-scale projects. And we have now on the verge of finalizing many big-scale projects. Our military, our national defense, our soldiers, of course, have been making history in our fight against terrorism in North Iraq, and as well in Idlib. They continue to make history in those parts, in those regions. And in during the past few days in Libya, our soldiers, together with their Libyan brothers and sisters, Libyan soldiers in Tahuna, in Tripoli, worked and cleared the area of terrorists, and now they are marching towards the locations targeted for. And on the other hand, there are many more studies, activities initiated, many projects initiated for various spheres of life. And we have been keeping a close track on every development. It is of great importance for us to bring our economy back on track in the post-pandemic period. And these are of great importance, all these projects. Some say some other weird words and say economy is going down or that or this. But look, this process, all these projects have not been materialized or achieved for by way of begging money from some. We have been using our own means to fight against terrorism. We have been utilizing our own means to fight against the pandemic and produce projects and materialize projects. When people are trying to grab one another's masks across the world, we are producing our own, and not only that, but supply it for the rest of the world. And we will be embracing, holding on tightly to our brotherhood, to our togetherness, our unison as the whole nation, and God's willing, we will see and enjoy a brighter future. Now you can see this giant area, for example, of construction for the People's Garden. When will the construction of the whole area be finalized? It will be finalized very soon, by the end of the year. And by the end of the year, here we will have a giant People's Garden fully constructed, fully built, and open for the services of our people, for the people of Ankara, and will be a place, a facility where people will be able to come with their spouses, with their children, take strolls, have also the promenade facilities, lanes and cycling lanes. And we will be also finalizing the construction of the Presidential Symphony Orchestra building. It will be finalized on October 29. So speaking of speed, we have speed. When did it start, do you know? It took start during the time of the late Süleyman Demirel, a former president of the country. It was years ago, decades ago. But now we have taken up, and we will finalize the construction on October 29. Because our concern is different than what the others had, we want to set example to the whole world. If we are going to be an exemplary country in the entire world, then we will do so with our great works of art. Our great work will be the epitome of what we are capable of. My brothers and sisters in the same area, we will also be building stadiums and some other complexes, facilities. In Ankara, in Sincan and Eryaman, we had complexes already built, and in the place, in this very location, we will also have another stadium built, and we will deliver the promises deliver on our promises, the promises we made for our people of Ankara. With those thoughts, I once again wish the People's Gardens will be auspicious, will be bringing about luck and success to our people, to our country. I would like to thank to all the companies involved in the process who contributed to the project, the engineers, the contractors, subcontractors, everyone. And I thank you all very much. I would like to say once again, announce that the weekend lockdown has been lifted now, and our people will be free as they used to be before the pandemic period during weekends. And there are certain exemptions. We already shared the details accordingly. As you know, I don't need to further go into details. Thank you very much. May it all be auspicious for us. Thank you.
Evet. İlk açılışımız
Now
Bursa'ya
we go to Bursa province.
Ekranda
On the screen,
valimiz
we see the governor
Yakup
of Bursa city, Yakup Canpolat. Mr. Canpolat is on the screen, and now you see that Bursa People's Garden is a very green one, and Bursa province is already called Green Bursa.
Yakup Bey, bizleri duyuyor musun?
Mr. Governor, can you hear us? Yes, Mr. President.
Şu anda kordela elinizde.
Now I see the ribbon.
Şöyle bir zoom yapalım.
Just let's zoom in and have a look around the People's Garden of Bursa.
Murat, şimdi bir de biz burada stadın yanında da yapacağız değil mi bir yer? Burası stadın yanı mı? Öyle mi? O zaman biraz küçük olmuş ya. Nasıl? Eskiden betondu burası.
This place used to be only of concrete.
Yeşil Bursa'ya bazı yeşillikler daha katmış olduk.
We brought about some more greenery
Evet, Yakup
to
Bey.
Green Bursa.
Buyurun.
Now, Mr. Governor, please.
Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım, efendim öncelikle zat-ı halinizi ve yüce heyetinizi Bursa'mızdan
Mr.
saygıyla
President,
selamlıyoruz efendim.
we would like to send our greetings from our Bursa province.
Evet.
Malumunuz,
First and
eski
foremost,
stadın olduğu yer Millet
as you
Bahçesi
know,
olarak
this
Bursa'mızda
is the
düzenlendi.
location where we had used to have the city stadium.
Şu anlamda
Now it has
Sayın
been
Cumhurbaşkanım,
reorganized
insanların
and formed into
hatırasının
the
olduğu
People's
bir yer
Garden. This is an area where people
ve şehrin en
have had
kıymetli
many memories
yeriydi.
and the most precious location of the
Ve
city.
muhteşem bir eserle,
And
muhteşem bir
now we
eserle ve
have
eski stadı ve Bursa Sporu da yaşatan
built a great
anısıyla
work
muhteşem bir
of
eser
art
Bursa'mız kazanmış oldu
and
Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım.
now have
Biz
opened it
zat-ı
for the
halinize de
service
Çevre
of the
Şehircilik
people of
Bakanlığımıza
Bursa.
şükranlarımızı arz ediyoruz
In
efendim.
your person, we would like to thank to the
Teşekkür
Ministry
ediyoruz.
of
Kordela
Urbanization
sizde, makaslar sizde.
and Environment, and to you, of course. Okay, I also would like to thank you. You now have the scissors and the ribbon.
Burada efendim.
Buradayım Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım.
Is the mayor there
Ali
too?
Bey, sen neyini yaptın?
Yes. And what did you build
Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım,
for this
başta zatınızı
People's
ve
Garden?
heyetinizi
What did you
Osmanlı'yı
do,
kuran şehir
Mr. Mayor?
Girişimci
Mr.
şehir Bursa'dan
President,
saygıyla,
we would
sevgiyle
like to
selamlıyorum.
extend
Efendim,
our
2018'in
greetings
Haziran ayında buraya
and
gelmiştiniz.
respect
Burada ne yapılıyor
from
diye
Bursa,
ifade ettiğinizde
the place
yapılacak
where the Ottoman
düzenlemelerle
Empire
alakalı
was
tek
built.
tek izahatlarınız olmuştu.
When you
Ben
visited
bir
our
tek tek
city,
yapılanı
you
görmek istemiyorum demiştiniz.
certain gave certain instructions and said that you didn't want to see concrete structures all around.
Geçen yıl inşaat başladı.
And we started the construction process last year and have built the People's Garden. It will be a place where people will be able to take a deep breath.
Alt katında, bodrum katında 480 araçlık otoparkının olduğunu ifade ediyorum. Sizlere
There will be a car parking area of 420 cars
Bursa'mıza, tüm
capacity,
Bursalılara hayırlı
by the
olsun
way.
diyoruz.
And I would like to thank you very much for your great work. Okay, all
Kordelayı
right.
kesebiliriz.
Thank you, and may it be auspicious for the people of Bursa. Now you can
Nasıl
cut the
güzel?
ribbon.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Arkadaşımız kim? Batman. Batman'a geldik mi?
Duyuyoruz Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım. Saygılarımızı arz ediyoruz.
Are we now in Batman city? Yes.
Batman Valimiz Hulusi Şahin Bey.
We now see Mr. Shahin, the governor
yalnız
of
mısın?
Batman city.
Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım.
Mr. Shahin,
Batman'dan
are you alone
hürmetlerimizi arz ediyoruz.
on your own?
Şöyle önce bir
Let
zoomlayalım.
let's now zoom
Çevreyi de bir
in
görelim.
and see the surrounding
Maşallah.
areas. See the vicinity a little bit.
Batman herhalde Batman olalı böyle bir yer görmedi yani.
I guess this is a project
Mehmet
first of its kind brought about
Sayın
for
Cumhurbaşkanım,
Batman.
En büyük park oldu burası.
Evet, evet.
Mr.
maşallah
President,
var.
this has been the biggest, the largest park that
Çocuklardan birisini durdurabilsek
is
onlara
located
bir
in
sorsak.
Batman. I wish we could stop one of those children and ask them what they thought.
Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım, burası yürüyerek 150
Mr.
bin nüfusun
President,
ulaşabileceği
this
şehrin
is
kalbinde
in the heart of the
lokasyonda.
city. This is located in a place which we might,
Evet.
so to speak, call the heart of the city.
Vali Bey işte bundan sonra bu çocukları
Now,
en
Mr.
ideal
Governor,
şekilde
it is important
vatanına, milletine sadık olarak
we
yetiştirmemiz gerekiyor.
educate these
derecede görev
people
size ait.
as citizens who will be loyal to their people, to their
Sayın
nation,
Cumhurbaşkanım,
to their
mücadelemiz bu yönde.
country,
Batmanlılar
motherland.
bu hususta çok
And
hassaslar. Çok
yes,
güzel ve,
Mr.
sonuçlar
President,
alıyoruz.
the people of
Bu
Batman are
eser de
very
bunun
sensitive about
taşlandıran
this
bir,
issue.
parçası
This
oldu Sayın
work of art
Cumhurbaşkanım.
has
Burası
crowned
ekonomik ve
our
ekonomik
previous work.
değerini kaybetmiş stadyum ve kapalı spor salonu vardı burada.
Here
Zaten
we
burada
used to have
daha
a
önce
stadium
piknik
and an
yapmıştınız.
indoor
Tamamen betonla yok
sports
olmuş bir yerde.
complex, and
Bugün
it was
ise
only of concrete
binlerce,
structures, but now
insanımıza hizmet
we
verebilecek
have
şekilde
formed it,
dizayn edilmiş
turned it
ve,
into a
bir
people's
sene gibi
garden
çok kısa sürede
designed
yapılmış
to serve
Batman'ın en
to
büyük parkı
thousands
haline
of
gelen
hundreds of
8.900
thousands of people,
metrekareyle
and
mükemmel bir
it
eser
has
oldu Sayın
become a
Cumhurbaşkanım.
perfect
Ve bütün
work,
Batmanlılar sizlere şükranlarını arz ediyorlar efendim.
and all the
Çok
people of
teşekkür ederim. Belki bir de
Batman
orada bizim kendileriyle
convey their
anlaştığımız
gratitude to you.
Fernas'ın
And Fairness,
olduğu
there
bir külliye vardı.
there
Ne
was this
durumda?
complex that Fairness was planning to
Bunu biliyor
construct.
musun?
What is the
Cumhurbaşkanım,
most recent
onunla
current
ilgili
situation
olarak
about it?
bir mahkeme safahatı
About
vardı.
this
Fakat şu anda
complex,
Çevre ve
there was this
Şehircilik
litigation
Bakanlığımız
process, but the
yeniden
Ministry
imarını
of
hazırlıyor.
Environment and
Firmadan
Urbanization
hazır
is
beton,
preparing the
dökme
zoning
aşamasında.
activities,
itibariyle
and now
herhangi bir
the
sorun yok.
concrete will be poured.
Aynı zamanda yeri gelmişken müsaadenizle arz etmek isterim.
And if
Orası
you
100
allow
bin,
me,
metrekarelik yani yaklaşık
I
100
would like to
dönümlük
state
bir,
that this
alanın içerisinde
is
bir
an
külliye.
this is a
Çevre ve
complex
Şehircilik Bakanlığımızla,
to be located on a
görüşmemizde
very
kendisine
large
arz
area.
etmiştim.
We
İkinci
talked to
millet
the
bahçesini de
Ministry
külliyenin
of
etrafındaki yeşil
Urbanization
alanda
and
planlıyoruz Sayın Bakanım. Sayın
İnşallah.
Cumhurbaşkanım.
Environment,
Evet,
and
Murat
now
Bey,
we will be finalizing all
Teşekkür
the
ediyorum. Evet,
formalities
orada
and the
makaslar herhalde elimizde.
concreting of this complex will also
Kordeleyi keselim.
take place
Evet
soon.
efendim.
Okay, thank you
Sizi
very
görmeye
much.
yanındayım.
Congratulations. And now you can open the
Evet.
People's Garden for
Ya
service and
Allah.
cut the ribbon.
Bismillah. Teşekkür ediyoruz. Sağ olun.
Thank you very much.
Evet, şimdi İstanbul Halkalı Millet Bahçesi
Now we are
Emlak
going
Konudun
to
içerisinde-
Istanbul Halkalı District,
Ali Bey'i görüyorum,
People's
Vedat Bey'i
Garden.
görüyorum,
Now I can
Bayram
see
Bey'i
Ali,
görüyorum.
Vedat Bey, and Bayram Bey.
Evet, böyle maskeler tabii herkesi tanımayı engelliyor. Arkada yine
Of course,
birçok
it's difficult to
kardeşlerimiz
recognize
var.
everyone with the
Doktor Hakan'ı
fast
görüyorum galiba.
face masks on.
Gördüm.
Hülya Hanım var, milletvekili
Evet.
Halis Bey var,
Ali Bey buyur.
genel müdürümüz var, Emlak Konut Genel Müdürümüz.
We have the general manager of
Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım,
Emlak Konut.
başta zat-ı devletimiz olmak üzere
Mr. President,
İstanbul'umuzdan,
we would like to send our greetings
Halkalı Millet
from
Bahçemizden
Küçükçekmece
selamlarımızı,
District, from Halkalı
saygılarımızı,
People's
hürmetlerimizi arz ediyoruz.
Garden.
Kasım 2018'den itibaren İstanbul'umuzdan
Since November
talimatlarımızla
2018,
millet bahçemiz
we
kazandırılmıştır.
have
İnşallah az sonra
been constructing people's gardens, and we have so far
98.500
built
metrekare
7 of them, and the eighth
Halkalı Millet
one,
Bahçesi
which is the
hizmete alıyoruz.
Halkalı People's Garden,
Ben başta zat-ı devletimiz
will
olmak
be
üzere
open for service,
bu güzel
and
millet bahçemizin küçük
it will be
çekmecemize,
inaugurated.
İstanbul'umuza
I would like to thank
kazandırılmasından
you
dolayı şükranlarımı arz ediyorum.
personally, and on behalf of our people, the people of our district, for bringing such a great work to our service. I would like to thank to all the brothers and sisters who contributed to the project on behalf of all Istanbulites.
Dünya Çevre Günü'nde İstanbul'umuza
On the World Environment Day, it has
en güzel hediye olarak
been the
Millet
best
Bahçemiz
gift to our
gerçekten
people,
tarihi bir hizmet oldu.
and this has been
Şehrimize
a historic
küçük